Hi guys, welcome to Algebra is Greek number 5 division. I've simplified grade 6 and 7 algebra into 10 videos which has helped many children just like you. I would advise you to watch all the videos because there are handy hints on all of them. Okay, now let's have a look. Division, we are going to have a look at long division, short division, division with zeros meaning tens, hundreds and thousands, division with decimals and zeros, meaning tens, hundreds, and thousands. Okay, let's have a look. Here's an example of long division. This is what you've been doing at school. There are the numbers right under each other because it gets quite confusing. Okay, so this is what you have to divide. Now, division, you start on the left-hand side. Different to your previous ones, division, you start on the left-hand side. Okay, now 42 goes into 5 can't. So you have a naught. That's just a space saver. You can write the naught here, but that naught doesn't have a value. That's why we make a dot. Okay, but you can write the naught. It's not incorrect. If that helps you to not get confused. Okay, so 0 times 42 gives you 0. So the number stays exactly the same. So now we look at the number next to it. Now we're looking at 58. I know that is not 58, but we're looking at those two numbers. We looked at the first one. We couldn't divide into it. Now we're looking at the first two numbers, which is 58. Can 42 divide into 58? Yes, one time. Okay, so 1, let me just use another color. 1 times 42 gives you 42. Now you'll be going to minus. 8 minus 2 gives you 6. 5 minus 4 gives you 1. And then the 8 that's left comes down. Okay. Now 42 goes to 168 how many times? Oh, goodness, I have no idea. That's why we do multiples. Multiples is just a way of adding the number that you need to divide with. So that you, instead of timetables, you're supposed to know those. If the number is bigger than 12, then you do multiples, where you have 42, okay, plus 42, 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Then you plus 42, 4 plus 2 is 6. 8 plus 4 is 12. You plus 42, 6 plus 2 is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. 1 plus nothing is 1. Now, every time you see the number 42, you write a number. 1, that is 2, that is 3, that is 4. Okay, now how this works is how I read it is you had the number 58 before. Now you look. You have a 42. That one is too big, so it can't be two times. 42 can only go once. 1 times 42 gives you 42. 42 times 2 gives you 84. 42 times 3 gives you 126. 42 times 4 gives you 168. Do you see how this works? But this is a simple way to keep you accurate and to not make unnecessary mistakes. So the number we're looking for is 168. There is 168. How many times? 4 times. So 4 goes to the top. 4 times 142 gives you 168. When you minus that, you get 0, 0, 0. Because 8 minus 8 is 0. 6 minus 6 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, so that is how multiples work. Try them. It's easy, and when you get the hang of it, then it's actually quite accurate. Okay. Handy hint, write under each other or use the color pencil method. If you don't know what I'm referring to, have a look at Algebra's Greek number 2, where I explain how color methods can help you to keep track of where you are. Okay, here we have short division. We're using exactly the same number as on the long division. Okay, but we are putting the bracket the other way around, because here the answer is on top. The answer is not here. These are the calculations we've done. The answer would be 14. Now we're moving the brackets because the line indicates where the answer is going to be. Cool. 42 goes into 5. Can't. That's why we leave a space saver. Okay. 42 goes into 58. I've already written down my multiples. Okay. So 58 minus 42 would give you 16. From 2 to 6, from 2 to 8, you need 6. From 4 to 5, you need 1. Backwards counting, if you don't know what I'm referring to, have a look at Algebra is Greek, the subtraction one, where I showed another method of counting backwards. Okay, so 16 is left. So it goes into 58 one time. 16 is left. So you have 168. Okay, remember when it comes from the left hand side, it's a 10. When it comes from the right hand side, it's a 1. So it comes from the left hand side because we're working from the left. So you have 168. Multiples, 168. That would be your 4. It goes in 4 times, and 4 times 42 would give you 168 again. Okay, so if you minus that, you're back to 0. So your answer would be 14, and on this side as well. Okay, so that's your short division. Now we're going to have a look at division with zeros. If you're working with tens, hundreds, and thousands, you cancel the same amount as the zeros. Okay. 7,000 divided by 10. So we're going to take away 1 0. 1 0. So 700 is left. 400 divided by 100. 1 2 zeros. So you take 1 2 zeros. Only 4 is left. Okay. Here you have 16,000 divided by 1,000. 1 2 3 zeros missing. 1 2 3 zeros missing, and then you are left with 16. Now, if this number is not a 1, because remember, anything divided by 1 gives you the same answer. Now we're not working with a 1, but there are still lots of zeros. So 1, 2, 3 zeros, you take away 1, 2, 3 zeros. Okay, now you have 28 and 4 left. See, these two cancel. The zeros on this side and the zeros on that side. Now you have 28 divided by 4. And that would give you 7. Okay, so it's as easy as that. Now we're going to have a look at decimals. When you divide with decimals, you move to the left-hand side. Okay, to make the number smaller and the same amounts as the zeros. Once again, I drew you a number chart just so that you can keep track. If you have a decimal, you move this side, the number is growing bigger. You see that? Okay. So, you have 0,4 divided by 10, meaning the comma moves this way the same amount as the zeros. 1 0, so it moves 1 time. So the comma is now here. So you have 0,04. Okay, let's have a look at one with 100. It needs to move twice the comma. 1, 2. See, so the comma is in front of the 1. But because there's no number, we add a space saver. See, because if you leave the 0 out, then it looks like you didn't finish the number. Because this will be your first whole number, and your decimals behind it are all pieces of a whole number. Okay, now we divide by 1,000. There we go. 1, 2, 3 zeros, comma moves 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Once again, no number here, so you fill in a space saver. And the number repeats the same because it's divided by 1. Okay, when you divide this number by 10, once again, 1 0, comma moves once. There. Okay, 1, you divide by 1, so the number stays the same. So you have 6,3789. Okay, so very important to remember, look where the comma is moving. Okay, also check out Algebra is Greek number 4 for multiplication and Algebra is Greek number 6 for BODMAS. If this video helped you, click like. If there's anything else you would like me to explain, write in the comments. If you want to see the video in Afrikaans, let me know in the comments.